And finally, there is something missing at the show this year. We're doing quite well, but it seems sad that we don't have live versus recorded, which we've had almost every year for as long as I can remember. And that's because Brian Cheney passed away this year. Brian's wife Shirley is with us. She's missing something this year, not just Brian, but she's missing chasing Richard around the hallways going, "Can I have a sandbag? Do you have a microphone cord?" So Shirley, please come on up here. It's not much, but a little something more to remember Brian because of his phenomenal passion for this industry. And you, I know, hold that as well. And Mr. Atkinson is here somewhere, and he actually worked with Brian for a moment or two and has some reflections. So, ladies and gentlemen, John Atkinson from Stereophile.
Yes. Yeah, Richard called me back in December and said, would I talk at the show? And I said, Richard, I'm a man of few words. He said, I only want a few words. Anyway, yeah, so it was 33 years ago. I went to my first consumer electronics show in Chicago, and I went into a room, didn't recognize the name of the door. I went in, and it was the most unusual listening room I had seen at a show in those days, and probably still is. A complete half of the room was covered with foam. The speakers were at that end of the room. And the other end of the room, where the chairs are, was completely live, untreated. And I raised my eyebrows. I hadn't seen anything like this before, and I asked the gentleman running the room, well, what is the point? And he said, oh, well, this is a live end, dead end room. The speakers are in the dead end because you get the sound that they should do in an anechoic chamber, but you're listening in the live end. And I nodded and I sat down and listened, and yes, there was some magic going on in that room. And the gentleman was Brian Cheney. And then two more people came in the room, and that was the famed designer John Curl, who I'd only read about at that time, and his then girlfriend Karen Richardson, who was one of the people who had the keenest hearing. And I thought, wow, this guy knows something that a lot of people don't. I followed his adventures at shows. I saw his ads in the back of Audio magazine, all immaculately done line drawings of these enormous speakers that he devoted his life to building. And he always made a great sound at shows. He always, well, to me, what differentiates high-end audio from just commodity audio is the passion of the people involved. You guys all do things because you know you can do something better than anybody else in the world, and you devote your lives to doing it that way. And Brian was one of those people, one of the first people I met who embodied that spirit, that passion, that power to lift a mountain, to design speakers which embodied everything he felt important and he felt that other people didn't do. So I don't have a glass, I'm afraid, but I just ask you to raise your glass to the memory of Brian Cheney, because he embodied the spirit that fuels high-end audio. Brian Cheney, thank you. And now, I'll bring you back to Richard, who's demonstrating that this suit is actually can survive a nuclear attack, right? Not one natural fiber has come near your body today.
Just so you know, Peter's making this into a pair of speakers right after the show. Get in line for that. John, thank you very much for taking time out. I know you have a lot of drinking to do.
It's past beer o'clock.
It's past beer o'clock, absolutely. I have another hour's worth of speeches. But I lost my script. Darn, I guess we'll just have to drink. Once again, Shirley, thank you for showing up. in memory of Brian, absolutely. You know that. If no one has seen it yet, his daughter put together a great obit. It's on our website, theshowlasvegas.com. It's about an 8-minute movie. She put it together, did a dynamite job. The link is on our main page. Other than that, we've gone down the past. Once again, thank you for all those exhibitors who have been with us all those years. And on to new frontiers, where? Newport Beach. And we'll see you all May 31st, June 1st, June 2nd in Newport Beach. Oh, wait a minute. The Mafia's here. Hold it on.
I am. Speech.
I just wanted to say that Richard is probably the nicest, most generous man I know, who does the damnedest job ever to hide that fact. And I don't have a glass either, but this is a man who's supported me through thick and thin. I know he's done that to many of you, for many of you, and I just want to offer my salute to him.
Number 3. Who the hell was that? I never met that man. Anyway, folks, have a great celebrate. We'll see you all the weekend after Memorial Day. Have a good time and a great show.